So the big day finally arrived. Day 30. We started off this day by playing some online battles with Lightning Dragon with the F-15, which you want to try for the first time. Now, I still had the same problems with taking off this plane and I couldn't figure out what was going on. Well, later in the day, I finally figured out why I've had trouble taking this plane off since day one. See, I've had no problems taking off with all the other planes, just the F-15. Well, it turns out my brakes were inverted, meaning that when I thought I was braking, I was releasing the brake, and when my feet were off the brakes or not depressing them, I was actually braking, which explains all the popped tires and all the other problems. So basically I was landing with wheels locked. What a mess. Anyway, after I got all that sorted out, I've been able to take off consistently with the airplane with no real issues. Our first combat sortie met with basically complete disaster. Lightning took out one of them, and there were 3 on him because we were trying to do BVR, and for some reason we couldn't get the weapons to lock up at all until I noticed that one of them literally had flown right past me, and eventually the Su-27 came behind me and killed me. Basically, I was put into a real bad position, and that's okay though, that's all part of the learning process. So we ventured out some more over the waters, and I was actually able to get the BVR to work this time. Dodged a few incoming missile locks. Lastly, to close out the day, I tried the first of the combat missions from the campaign, the old red flag thing, and got my ass thoroughly kicked. In fact, playing this kind of makes me think that, well, to some degree, maybe I need to stick with the Flaming Cliffs planes for a little while. Not because I don't enjoy the sim planes, but it seems to me there's a lot of basics that I'm still missing out on. It basically seems that once a plane gets behind me, an AI plane, there's really not much I can do about it. And most times you start off going head to head or whatever, and no matter what I do, they end up behind me. So if you have suggestions, feel free to leave them down below, because it seems that they're always able to outturn me, even with the same plane, outmaneuver everything, and I just feel like I'm just counting the seconds until I get my tail blown off. So after 30 days, what are my thoughts on DCS? For any sim enthusiast, anyone who loves aviation and all things related to it, especially combat, I don't think there's really a much better purchase out there for you. And with the new expansion coming out, even less reasons not to snag onto it. It offers enough depth at the base level to keep you enthralled and to keep you playing a long time. Step into those study level planes, man, and you are in for a whole new world. So before I continue on with the whole F5 campaign, I'm thinking maybe I should step into the F15 campaign version of the Red Flag campaign. Start with something more Flaming Cliffs 3 style. Get used to how that operates before I step back into the study level aircraft. But overall, I'm really glad I took on the challenge of do I want DCS in space to step in and try this game, because it was really worth it and it will continue to be worth it. And I look forward to growing, getting better, and really looking back at where I started and seeing where I am today and where I'll be several years from now. And that's the great thing about a flight game. There's always something to do and there's always more to learn. I'd just like to thank the makers of DCS for having such clear vision, such wonderful focus, and bringing these planes to life, letting me experience things that I've never had the opportunity to experience before. You guys rock. And once again, for those of you who have never stepped into DCS, I can't recommend it highly enough. Here's to the future of my DCS experience and all the great new friends I've met because of it.